Hello, today I'd like to talk to you about this beautiful plant fossil from the late Carboniferous, 300 million years ago. It's from North America, from St. Clair in Pennsylvania. In North America, the Carboniferous is divided into two periods. The Mississippian, which is the earlier period between the 359.2 million years and 318 million years, and then the Pennsylvanian, which is between 318 and 299 million years ago. So this is from the latter part. During this time, the continent of Africa actually bumped into the plate which is now North America. The temperatures were much higher than they would be today, so it was subtropical or tropical. Oxygen levels were at 35%, the highest they've ever been on the Earth, due to the proliferation of huge amounts of vegetation, which basically brought all the carbon from the air down to the Earth and formed the coal beds, which we're still exploiting today. This plant, Alitopteris, Alitopteris serli, that's ALETHERIS space SERLI, was would have been common at that time, along with massive tree ferns, club mosses and all sorts of things. So this was a plant that was living in a very different world. It was a small plant. You can see its leaf bunches around here and here. They're grey, they look like now. And it would have lived alongside very early reptiles, remains of which have been found in the bottom of club mosses and tree ferns, but also in a world of carnivorous amphibians and giant scorpions and centipedes up to 2 or 3 meters long. This was possible because the oxygen levels were much higher than they are today at 35%, and that meant that the insects could actually fly or absorb oxygen to a much greater extent. Because the insects don't breathe; they absorb through special tubes the oxygen, and that limits their size today because there's not so much oxygen in the environment. They've found actually dragonflies with a 2 or 3 foot wingspan as well, so well preserved. So it was an amazing time that this plant lived in, and it's also very beautiful just to see the way that it's formed and preserved on this plate from this time. So it's a lovely piece. It's £28. It's available in the shop at the moment. It's not currently available on the website, but if you're interested, please do get in touch. And I hope you've enjoyed this talk and a little bit about how this plant lived and was formed, grew in such a fantastically different time, because this was prior to even Pangea forming. So it was before, when that African plate bumped into North America, and then you started to get the drift of the continents towards the north, and then after the Carboniferous, the world beginning to become much colder again. So a time in the world which was never going to be possible again, or at least not so far in geological history. So it's a really interesting window on time and life, and it's a beautiful piece. I hope you enjoyed this little talk, and the fascinating world of plants. And I think, I love the idea of what went alongside, the world that this fossil actually lived in, when it was alive, and how it lived and so on. So, and the fact that tree ferns and so on and so forth, and seed ferns and so on, there are still examples alive today. So they are time travelers as well, through many epochs. Yeah, so there we are. I have a nice day, and I hope you enjoyed the talk. Take care.